What's going on YouTube? Lou here from MCC, licensed massage therapist and certified personal trainer. And today what I wanted to talk about was how to truly get ahead in life. And basically if you watch this video, basically what this is going to do is give you an advantage over, I say 95% of the people you come in contact with. All right? And it's basically where true power comes from. True power comes from is in the quality of the questions you ask yourself every single day. Okay? And what asking questions does, because a lot of people, what we do is we make statements. And what a statement does is it closes off your mind to what's actually possible. So a thing I remember as a kid growing up with my dad, he always used to tell, whenever he used to ask for something, he used to always tell me things like, we can't afford this. That's a statement, meaning that just closed my mind off to the possibility of ever even getting what it is I actually wanted. So the right way that we have done it was, how could we afford this? Or how could you make that happen? Because what this question does is opens up my mind to what's actually possible. Even as a child, it opens me up to the possibility of actually being able to get it. So a lot of us, we don't ask ourselves questions. We tend to just make statements like, I'll never be able to do that. I can't afford this. That will never happen for me. Why does, or we ask bad questions, meaning like, why does this always happen to me? Questions that aren't empowering ourselves. So today what I wanted to do was go over a few questions that will really, really empower your life. Okay, and this will give you an advantage. If you ask yourself these questions every single day, you're gonna be ahead of 95% of the people you come in contact with. All right, so the first question you must ask yourself is, what it is that you specifically want in your life or out of your life. Now, what I would love for you to do as an experiment is go up to 10 people it could be friends, family, or just coworkers, and try to bring up a conversation of what it is they specifically want. Particularly after they're done complaining. What it is that you want there. Like because a lot of people, what we tend to do is we tend to complain about things. So then ask them after they're done complaining, what is it that you want there? And you'll find that more than 9 out of 10 people, probably all of them, won't even know. And either that or they'll want something super general. So if you ask somebody what it is you specifically want in life, people say, I just want to be rich. I just want to have more money. I just want to, be able to travel. Well, where? Well, I don't know. How much money do you want? Just more. I want to lose weight. Well, how much weight? These questions, they're just super general. So for you as a person, if you get clear and precise on exactly what it is you want in life, this is super empowering, because the reason why this is so powerful is because in our brains, what we have something called the reticular activation system, or the RAS for short. And what this does is when you zero in specifically on what you want, your brain starts to look for it, even on a subconscious level. So I'll give you an example. Have you ever bought a new outfit or a new car, and let's say it's the car, and you're driving the car around, and all of a sudden you realize everybody has the exact same car that you have, right? Or the same exact outfit that you just bought. Now, why is that? The truth is, those cars, everybody's always had that type of car or that type of outfit. But the thing is, now you recognize it because you're focusing on it, because you have it. That's the same thing with your life. If you start to zero in on, with your brain, exactly what it is you want, right? You're gonna start to just zero in on it, and coincidences start to happen. People start to pop up in your life, okay? So, for me, for instance, I tend to focus on, growth, self-development, and what happens is I tend to find people like that, all right? And I tend to learn how to zero in, and I tend to zero out distractions. Like, for instance, that ice cream truck just passed, but I'm so focused on making this video, that's all I'm, concerned about for the most part. So again, just get yourself clear on specifically what it is you want, and watch magic happen. You start to recognize, again, coincidences, people pop up into your life, and things just start to happen. Okay, and that's basically, you know, if you want to call it God or the universe, just giving you, you know, putting the signs in front of you. Okay, so getting specific on what you want, right? So answer that question. Now, if you just do that alone, again, you're ahead of a lot of people. I say more than 90%. Okay? The second question you could ask, and you could break this down into two questions, is why must you have it? Not why should you have it, why must? It must become a fucking standard. Like, I must have this. Now, I break this down into two questions. One question I like to ask is, what will I be missing if I don't have it? And what this does is it makes your brain, what are you missing out on? It makes your brain start to think of like really, really dark times ahead of yourself. It starts to make you get depressed, a little anxious, and it makes you like really feel like it gets like a sick stomach and, you know, a sick feeling into your stomach. So that's a powerful question because it puts you into, you know, our brains are made to do two things: avoid pain and to seek pleasure. So by getting yourself in a painful mindset, your brain does not want to do that. So if you already know what you want, and then you know if you don't get this, if you don't have this, you're gonna be in a massive amount of pain. Your brain starts thinking, this is what my life looks like if I don't make this happen. Your brain is gonna seek to take action. Like, we have to get the fuck out of this. It's basically the fire lit under your ass. Okay, so why must you have it? The pain points and then the pleasure points. If I do get what I specifically want in my life, if I do get it, what does my life look like? What's pleasurable about it? Now, why must you have it again is what this question is designed to do is give you leverage. Okay, and what I mean by leverage is you should be able to just think of one of those reasons, whether it be pain or pleasure, and it should motivate you. Because the truth is, we tend to only do things when it's convenient for us. So if you're going, for me, this YouTube channel is something I really, really want. A lot of the times, if I don't have strong enough reasons, I'm only gonna do this when I feel like doing it. And I've been pretty consistent lately. Even on days I don't feel like working on the channel or coming up with some content, all I gotta think about is my reasons on if I don't achieve success with this YouTube channel, or if I don't even do this YouTube channel in general, how painful my life is gonna be. And what will I be missing out on? And that's enough, and I'm more motivated by pain. You know, like everybody that knows me, like if you challenge me to something or like you try to aggravate me, I'm gonna take action. So I'm more motivated by pain. All right? So those two questions, again, like why must you have it and the pain and pleasure points is gonna give you leverage on the days you don't feel like working on it. And then the third question you should ask yourself, and it's basically a play on the second question, is are you interested in achieving what you want, or are you fucking committed? Now, for some of you might be asking, what's the difference between interested and committed? Interested is basically you're only gonna work on it when it's convenient for you. Like for instance, that, you know, I know this time right now is not convenient for me to try to do a video, particularly in my apartment because I live in New York City. It's a noisy ass street, and I know that, you know, this is not convenient for me. But because I'm super committed, I'm gonna do it regardless. All right, I'm gonna do this regardless. I know that I'm gonna have tons of distractions. All right, but because I'm not interested in making this video, I'm super committed. So interested, you do it when it's convenient for you. Commitment, you do it regardless. And a lot of times, where does commitment comes from? It comes from the question number 2, why must you have it? Those pain and pleasure points. It's a fucking must. You shouldn't, it's not a should, I should have it, it's I must have it. And again, if you answer these 3 questions, is, again, specifically what it is that you want. Answer that. Write that down on a piece of paper. All right? Second thing is, why must you have it? This is for leverage. This is for leverage. And come up with painful freaking reasons. What you're missing out on if you don't achieve what you want. And then write all the pleasurable things that you'll get if you achieve what you want. What does your life look like? How are you going to feel? Whose life are you affecting by achieving this? Okay? And then again, are you interested in this or are you committed? Interest, again, you're only going to do it when it's convenient. If you're committed, you do it regardless. Like for me, this YouTube channel or whatever social media platform in the future, I'm committed to making this work. Super committed. And for me, I'm doing this just because of I want to do it. I'm super committed. And I know for me, this is just going to make me a better communicator in my actual job as a personal trainer and massage therapist. All right? And I'll leave you guys with one specific quote that I heard recently from Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey tells a story about his dad wanted to be a stand-up comedian. Okay? And his dad did not think he could become a stand-up comedian. So what his dad did was decided to play it safe and get an accounting degree. And he became an accountant. And the money was stable. And I believe Jim Carrey's dad worked as an accountant for 10 years. And what happened after that 10th year was he got fired. And right then and there, Jim Carrey realized as a child that you could honestly fail at doing something you don't want to do, or the safe thing. Like you could literally fail at the job you're doing now that you think is safe and get fired at any moment. It could be taken away from you. And a lot of us have experienced that, particularly with this pandemic. So he realized as a kid, if I could fail on what I don't want to do, I might as well try and go after what I really want. Like literally, who cares if I fail? Because I could fail at things I don't want. At least there'll be passion on the things that if I specifically go after what I want, like literally the passion alone is going to bring me that much happiness, the process itself. All right? So again, you could fail at what you don't want, so you might as well go after what you do want. Fail yourself to success. Get specific. Come up with leverage points. Get committed. And I promise you, you just keep trying, man. And you'll be way ahead of the pack. All right, guys? So again, guys, if you found this video helpful, please give it a like. Please subscribe if you see I'm getting better. But remember, anyways, day by day in every way, we are getting better and better. Peace.